First of all, we want to thank all the team members we have been with for the last 4 days. This is now our 5th day, and I want to thank the members of the 4th estate. I want to thank my party president who has been with me. I want to thank my brother, thank you, Konyogo, who has been with me throughout. I want to thank my sister, my daughter, Rukia, who has been with me throughout this time, and all the colleagues behind here. Not forgetting my PA Jonathan, I don't know where he is, and my brother Jamari Wante. Oh, all this team. So, excuse me, all the team. Now, the journey we're on is the journey to take power in this country so that we can deliver what we promise our people of Uganda in our manifesto. And as I've been telling the public and everywhere I've been, is that President Museveni went to the bush to solve the issue of insecurity. Now security is solved. Now the problem we have now in our country is poverty. Now, for President Museveni has a gun, and I don't have a gun, but I have an idea which will help solve poverty. So that's why I'm bringing all my credentials in economics, in accountability, in management, so that we can solve the issue of the economy of this country. And that's why our slogan is fixing the economy and putting money in our pockets. Now, in everywhere we have gone, every area has a specific or more specific issues which are really, if we tackled, poverty will be history in this country. We went to Vuvuma. The issue of Vuvuma, you saw basically that is an island which is surrounded with water. That's Lake Victoria. And that lake has fish. And that fish, if those people are allowed to fish, they will eat some and sell and put money in their pockets. And that's why we have in our manifesto talking about beach management committees, because beach management committees are managed by members of that community, not by security organs. I've been in many countries. I've seen how big management committees are. And an example is here, Tanzania. Kenya on the same Lake Victoria. So we believe if we restore the beach management committees managed by the locals, I would imagine people would fish in a responsible manner and have money from the fish and also eat the fish. They talked of mukene. Mukene is on Lake Victoria. This is the small fish which is so sweet. They need it. And that mukene also needs to be added value to be exported. I'm told that this mukene, they export it to other countries. So like as I was saying, in our manifesto, we have a plan for beach management committees. We have to install factories in these areas to process fish, and also to add in agriculture. Even the island has places for agriculture. We got schools in a dire need of help, and those schools need to be fixed so that our children can study in those islands, and even other areas we have been in this country. We're here in Buyuke, my home. When we went to the sugarcane cutters, they have an issue. They cut sugarcane and are paid only 3,000 shillings. So if the man cut sugarcane for 6 days a week, say 25 days a month, so the man earns 75,000 shillings. He has to pay a house, he has to transport himself, he has to eat with his family, he has to take his children to school. I don't know how can 75,000 sustain a man who works from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. cutting sugarcane. And yet in the middle there are so many middlemen in sugar, and the final one also is also benefiting. So The people who are making money are those who are not cut by cutting sugarcane, because those one sugarcane can really cut people. So you can see the sugar manufacturer makes money, the middleman makes money. Even those who have sugar canes, to take it to a processing factory, you need a permit. There are permits to people. I'll give an example for us in Bujusu. We have growers of coffee. What the farmer has to do is to collect this coffee, take it to the primary society, and the primary society collects it to the union, and the union markets it on behalf of the entire farmers. There is no permit. Now, this permit is, I'm told, a very expensive item. Anyway. So there are middlemen who get permits, so you can only sell the coffee through their permits. They have no shamba, they have no capital invested, but only getting that piece of paper that makes money in that context. That makes sugar costs go high. So those are bottlenecks which need to be dealt with. Unemployment is cutting across. The youth are unemployed. I can tell you people are in problems. And this youth being unemployed is because our government is investing money in non-productive sector. When I call our government, we're all collectively in it. Now we're saying, no, let us change the leadership of the current government so that we get a new leader in the name of Nandala Mafabi to collect money and put in productive sectors to generate employment. And by the way, when people are employed, you tax them as the pay as you earn. But if they are unemployed, there's nothing you tax. And when they get money from the salaries, they buy sugar, they buy soap, they buy beer, they buy soda, which has other taxes like VAT, which you call indirect taxes, excise duty. And the more they consume, the more tax you collect. And that will lead to reducing the tax so that you widen the tax base and reduce the rate. Now, when you reduce the rate, more people will drink more beer, take more sugar, and you get more money. I think that's where our government has failed to tap in. And because there will be more demand for sugar, there will be more demand for sugar cane. There will be more demand for beer, there will be more demand for sorghum, so that we make beer. So there are so many interlinking issues which can really develop this country, but which we have not tapped in. Of course, this will need a man who knows them better and who can do it. And that's Nandala Mafabi. When Bukungu the same, they have an issue like of fishing, like in that's the like in Uvuma, where cotton here is no longer. It was a main cash crop. It's no longer seen as a cash crop because no one wants to grow it. So our generators are all down, and of course we're talking about generators in our manifesto, and we need cotton back. And if people are not aware, the best cotton is come from a place called Namuresa. Namuresa, I think we're going to pass there. It used to leave Uganda with the name on it, Namuresa. It was high priced. It was premium coffee, premium cotton. We have Robusta coffee was growing here in East Buganda and in Busoga. We're not seeing it. Maybe people are now starting. We need to put more in agro coffee because the demand for coffee is like the demand for fuel, oil. So we believe this needs a government which knows to tap in those resources. And we need our coffee, for example, to be on a New York board and really be shown different so that we get a premium price. Kenya is getting a premium price. The government of Kenya has put coffee on a premium price on the international market. If they don't have good coffee, they come and pick ours here to go and mix with theirs so that they can sell it. Roads. All of you saw the roads. And I can tell you these roads need to be fixed. Like this road from Kamuli to Buyende, Bukungu, needs to be tarmac. This road from Ambakot, which you people will see, via Bulamati up to Kamuli, needs to be tarmac. It has been, I don't know how many times in the budget of Uganda. I don't know why it cannot be that. But the problem is, again, the cost of roads. The house costs are very expensive. Yet in the whole African region, in the whole region, it's our roads which are very expensive. Yet we have stones here, we have local labor here, we have water here. I can tell you, we need only tar And we are there to make it, and those tractors to move. Of course, everybody imports those tractors. So that's why you see in my government, my big brother here, Ingen Yamuriad, is the one who knows roads. Infrastructure will be there to fix those. And that one will take a very short time, and the whole country will be fixed with roads. It is in our manifesto. Again, of course, as I talked about employment, our youth are complaining about buying these motorcycles. We calculated when he borrowed one motorcycle, by the time he finished payments, he has paid for 4 motorcycles. But the boy has nothing. Torn trouser, the family has nothing. Even sometimes some of them sell land. And when you see them on the road running, don't think they are mad. He's trying to look for money so that he's able to pay the what? The loan. We believe for us that we are going to invest. We need only a little money to put in that sector. I want to give you a simple number. If there are 1 million motorcycles in this country, those people need motorcycles. And each motorcycle is 5 million shillings. You need only 5 trillion to invest in the motorcycle. So in the first year, you will put 2.5 trillion. In the second year, you will put 2.5 trillion. In fact, you don't put 2.5 trillion, you put maybe 2 trillion, because those who took in the first year would have made some repayment, and you will add on maybe 2 trillion, and everybody in this country will have a motorcycle at government cost. These are the monies they steal, which we are going to save, because we have covered the village models of 500 million. Each village, we have a balance of 2.8 trillion. You take off 2.5 trillion, you have a balance of 300 billion, which you carry forward for other activities. I can tell you it is common. It's easy to fix this. The other issue which we discovered, of course, people, I think they are not aware of their constitutional rights. Sometimes people are really not understanding their rights, so that people are really stepping on their rights. We need our people to be educated in the constitutional matters. And of course, against in our manifesto, as Chapter 4 states, that the constitution will be interpreted in local languages and spread widely in the country. I think that's where we have a problem, but in our manifesto, you'll see we have stated it. We shall start immediately with 4 languages, and you know the common languages, Uganda, among others, and maybe Swahili, those who want Swahili, and other Luo, because if a man from Luo can hear in Tororo, there are Luos, in North there are Luos. So it will really go a long journey to really change this country. So I believe our campaign, we're on the right track. We're being welcomed everywhere we're going. You can see when we're going, people are trying to stop us. Don't go before saying anything to us. We have to stop, and that's why we are sometimes finishing. We're not finishing all the points put across. But we want to thank the media for being there with us, and we believe you are reporting objectively. I haven't watched any of your reporting or read any newspaper, but I hope you are doing it objectively. We are still going to go back to EC. We believe each candidate must be treated equally. We have noticed, I think, well, that's why maybe we may have to amend the constitution. We have tried but failed. We have President Museveni is being treated as a president at the same time as a candidate. If you see what facilities is given, I'm sure those public addresses are being paid for by government. Those people that are failing, I'm sure they are failing them on government money. And I can see when last night I tried to look at the NBS, they gave him more minutes in showing him on TV than others. That's when I was crossing down. I wanted to see something to me. I was computing the minutes. So I think, well, the NBC will say for them they are private. They can do anything because the one who pays is the one who, but they should notice that the money they are getting from the side of NRM is public money, because if it was money got from themselves, maybe we would say they paid for it. The police, of course, we saw the one of Iganga who was overzealous man who knew we were in Iganga, and they never wanted us to go through Iganga, the town which way was our venue. We believe our team has raised a complaint with the EC, but eventually allowed. And you remember in the process, they were trying to block our cars, and I think even one of in our security car, I think removed their bumper, which wasn't really, which should not have happened because of wanting to show power, which is not necessary. Other areas we have gone, of course, we have got security which is professional. We believe if we continue at this way with those who are professional, the campaign will be fine. Of course, the other challenge of the roads, that is for all of us. Every candidate will pass that road, but one candidate doesn't use the road. He uses the what? The air. I don't know if there are also humps in the air there. So we who don't have that facility, we're really going to have it tough down here.